Hi, welcome to the Pop Filler Podcast. My name is Philip. Let's go ahead and get into the mailbag. Lance V asks, what's a common TV or film trope that you consistently question the accuracy of? Well, Lance, there are probably a ton, but one thing that I'd really like to know about in real life is what I guess I'll refer to as an ambulance blanket. From what I can tell, whenever emergency services are called to the scene of a crime or an accident, the first thing that happens is a thick wool blanket is wrapped around the shoulders of any victims on the scene. I don't remember ever actually seeing them get wrapped up on camera, but it seems like that's at least where they end up, sitting in the back of an ambulance or some other emergency vehicle with their legs dangling down and a blanket around their shoulders. I'd like to know if that's really what happens every time, mainly because I'm curious about the blankets. Maybe they're repurposed fire blankets, I don't know for sure. I just know that they look really warm and comforting. Okay, next it's time for dieting quietly. I didn't quite maintain my weight this week, but it was fairly close. I think I'll be able to bounce back in a few more days. I was hoping to get more exercise in to burn some additional calories, but I was sick for part of the week, so even after I was feeling a little better, I didn't want my health to backslide any by overextending myself. Unfortunately, getting sick for me usually doesn't dampen my appetite, so if I'm kicking around the house a little bit extra, it's hard to resist eating all the snacks on hand. Snacks like Oreos, garlic hatch potato chips, Ritz crackers, large bunches of red seedless grapes, Skittles, and fudge bars. One could make the argument we shouldn't have so many snacks on hand, but I don't really like arguing. Since this is the last week of the weight loss challenge I was doing at work, next week will be another true test to see if I can maintain any discipline, or if I'm just content with further stretching out all my pants. I do hope to continue my diet, and I'll try to do it slowly and quietly. Sometimes when I don't have the answer, I'll turn to the internet. So let's take a little time for a 2-minute search. So this week's 2-minute search is to help me hopefully find some answers to a question that I've been wondering about for several minutes, and that is, where can I find a nice ambulance blanket? So I'm going to do an internet search. So I'm going to try to keep it simple here and try ambulance blanket. Okay, and we've got some search results here. So here's a link, let's see what it says. Okay, so this link has some blankets on sale, and this one, well, it's actually a used child's blanket that has some ambulances and other civil service vehicles and iconography knitted onto it. It does look comfortable, but it's not really what I was imagining. So let's try another link here. Okay, here's a site that will let you design your own ambulance blanket. They already have some options here too, so there's ones with the Star of Life, there's some that say things like EMT, there's an EMS, there's one with just a repeating ambulance pattern on it. I'm sure that'd be a nice gift for somebody, but it's probably not for me. Okay, here's a link to some gurney or stretcher blankets, maybe that's what I'm looking for. It's a solid blue, it's a breathable polyester fleece. It says it's ideal to fit the dimensions of an ambulance gurney. Alright, let's see if there's any reviews. Scrolling down. Okay, one reviewer says, quote, looking forward to using it. I think I know what they're saying, but that has sort of an ominous tone to it. Plus, they don't even have it yet, so how can they really review it? Let's put a pin in that and maybe come back to it. Alright, let's check one more link here. Okay, this is a site for EMS supplies. So they have a whole page just for emergency blankets. So they have some Mylar options, some nice fire blankets. There's some in dark red, a yellow one, a blue one. I like this heathered gray one. It says it's 100% polyester. It's made for single patient use. Well, this would be for me, so I guess I could be the single patient. Alright, well, I think that's about 2 minutes now, so the good news is I can still probably get my hands on an ambulance blanket without getting involved in a serious accident. Alright, well, thanks again to the internet. This has been a 2-minute search. Dear Diary, I found a dead rat the other day. I was outside picking up sticks prior to mowing when I saw the carcass under the tree in our front yard. Strangely, it was only the bottom half of the rat. I'm not sure what happened to the rest of it. It didn't seem rotten enough to have decayed away that much, but I guess nature can take its course pretty quickly. There were plenty of flies hovering around, but it wasn't as gross as it probably could have been. After finding it, I momentarily thought I could use a couple of the larger sticks I had gathered, like pinchers or chopsticks, to pick it up and carry it around back to the trash. But that didn't work. I instead went and got a plastic bag from the garage. I put my gloved hand in the bag and picked up the carcass, then tied 2 knots in the bag's handles. The bag said thank you. I'm hoping I don't find any more rats anywhere, living or dead, but at least this one was outside. Until next time, your friend, Philip. Okay, before we wrap things up, it's time for household tips. Sometimes I shave my face in the shower. I do have one of those little shower mirrors stuck to the tile wall, but using it isn't always an option. In fact, you either have to be taking a cold shower, or you have to shave immediately on entering the shower if you want to actually see your face reflected before the steam takes over the mirror. So here's the tip. If you want to shave in the shower using a shower mirror, don't turn the shower on. Just bring in a cup of warm water, some shaving cream, and a razor, maybe a towel or washcloth, and take care of shaving your face that way. Okay, that'll do it for another Pop Filler. Thanks for listening, and remember, you'll be fine.